The story of the people in the picture is one of 3 generations of women, specifically Raisel, who made Yiddish films, musical comedies in Poland between the wars.
We also experience her as a grandmother in the 1970s in New York City. She lives with her daughter, who is a comedy writer on a late-night comedy show, and her 10-year-old granddaughter, who she's been helping to care for.
And the story goes back and forth in time between 30s Poland, where she's making the films, and 70s New York, where she's a grandmother, a Bubbie, wanting to pass the culture on to a grandchild with a daughter who comes between and doesn't want her to.
It's a very poignant and emotional family story, and a story about truth and self, but those things all happen in very interesting layers.
It stars Donna Murphy, probably one of the most acclaimed musical theater performers in New York and around the country.
I am so excited to be doing a new musical. There aren't that many that are done these days, and one that deals with some really important issues, but carries so much humor in it.
The music that Mike and I wrote, we didn't write together. The score is seamless. You can't tell where he wrote and where I wrote.
It has very beautiful ballads. Mike Stoller writes beautiful ballads. It has traditional sort of Jewish type music.
One song in the musical that we reprise many times, it's called Remember Who You Are. And it deals with the nature of who is your parents, who are your grandparents, who are the people that came before you that have all had a determination on who you are at this moment, and carrying that with pride.
I think what people will get from the show is this feeling of culture, of a culture, and the desire not to lose that culture as time progresses.
There's huge themes about family and huge themes about wanting to give to the next generation and wanting to respect the generation before you.
I think every family out there has its own story, and as a grandparent, we want to pass those stories on.
One of the reasons that ultimately I couldn't say no, I had to find a way to do this show, was just, I couldn't imagine it. I don't know another show like this. I've never seen another piece of theater that is quite like this.